You don't need to be fully healed before you can start feeling worthy within yourself. Okay, so that is going to be the topic that we're going to be talking about today. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, my name is Essence, and welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. We talk all about just different things, lots of intuitive yapping, all about movement, self-love, healing, and what I've learned on this personal journey, and me sharing my insights with you guys. As you guys know, I got my little sticky note here to keep me on track. But yes, today we're going to be talking about being okay and feeling worthy within yourself, even though you aren't fully healed. Now, first, I want to get into the unhealthy healing journey that has been pushed out in the media. I would say the media has really made us feel like this healing journey is like a start and an end to it. And on my journey, I've realized that you are continuously on your healing journey. I don't think that anyone is ever completely or fully healed. It is a choice that you have to make every day. So anything that you're dealing with, once you become aware, that's the first step. Now you are aware of the different things that you want to heal within yourself. But it is a everyday decision to choose to be on that path. So, for example, something that I'm healing one thing that has been like a major factor coming up right now, because I'm filming this on the new moon in Capricorn, is like my beliefs around money and things like that. And it's like I'm now aware about the different limiting beliefs that I have around money and scarcity and different things like that, and I'm healing through it. But I have to actively choose to heal through it, because I can also choose to ignore it. I can choose that today I don't want to do this, and then you are now not doing it. So I feel like with healing, people think that it's a linear journey, and it's really not. And a lot of us feel like we have to get to a certain point of our journey for us to be worthy of like the things that we desire, for you to be worthy of the things that you want to manifest or anything. And it's like, that's not the case. You were born worthy. You came out the womb worthy of everything that you desire. It is different outside and external factors that made you feel like you aren't worthy of those things. And sometimes we think that we have to heal certain parts of ourselves to get to this point. When I started my healing journey, I felt like I would not be worthy of the love that I desire, or for me, my thing has always been like my dreams and manifesting my goals. And for when I first started this journey, for a long time, I thought I had to heal all the aspects or all the bad parts of me before the universe was going to provide me, or God, or whoever you believe in, was going to provide me with like what I desired in life. And it's just like, no, it doesn't work like that. And I think a lot of people, maybe not, but if you resonate with this video, then I was at a point where I really felt like I had to do something in order to be worthy. And it wasn't until I read this book called Worthy by Jamie Kern Lee. I don't know if that's right, but her name is Jamie for sure. I know the author's name is Jamie, but I think it's like Jamie Kern Lee, but I might be completely making that up because I do that sometimes. But it wasn't until I read that book that it made me realize, like I was saying before, you are worthy as soon as you come out of the womb. It is external factors that make you feel like you are not worthy. So you have to choose. It is a part of you. You have to choose whether you are worthy, or you want to be worthy, or you want to decide and believe in yourself that you are worthy of everything that you desire. And then you act accordingly towards that. You act like a person who knows that their worth, and you do things that are at the level of worth that you feel is desired from you. All right? And the thing about this journey is, like I said, we will always be on this journey. And sometimes sometimes it's hard because people, I feel like the media has made healing like this, oh, butterflies and rainbows, and I do self-care and I do skincare and I go to the gym and I do this and I do that. And it's just like, baby, that is like the easiest part of healing. You don't really know about your healing journey until you crying in your car because of things that are happening, and you believe so deep inside that you are meant for something, or you have things triggering you and you constantly have to choose the more aligned path, and it hurts sometimes because sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes the shadow aspect of your shadow self is saying, do the thing that you know that you've outgrown. Or sometimes you are tempted. You haven't been on a healing journey where you haven't been tempted so bad to go back into your past versions of yourself, to go back to that relationship that you know is no longer aligned for you, to make a decision to quit a job that you know no longer serves you, and you know that it's time for you to transition and leave that job, but you're scared. That's the real nitty gritty of healing, is doing the journal prompts and realizing that you've been having something that you didn't realize was affecting you throughout your whole life. And it's something, can be something as small as a something somebody said to you when you were a child, and finally having that realization and it breaking you down, and you having to continue to love yourself after you have moments of I've had moments on my healing journey where I'm breaking down because I've realized that I've been perpetuating a cycle. Because the thing about healing journeys, you have to be accountable for what you've done. You cannot blame and say it was this person and that person. Healing, everything that happens to you is because of you. You are the creator of your own life, so you have to be accountable. I've had moments where I've literally broken down to myself whilst journaling or in my car, because that seems to be the place where my nervous system feels safe enough to break down. I've had so many breakdowns in my car. And maybe one day I'll post my videos of my breakdowns, because I have recorded, before I started like actually wanting to come back on YouTube, I have recorded so many videos of just me having realizations and talking it out through myself, and I feel like that's how I got comfortable with just talking on the camera. But I've had moments where I've literally had to be like, Essence, wow, all this time you've been blaming other people, and I had to sit down and realize, oh, I've actually been the one perpetuating this cycle that I'm trying to get out of, or this loop that I'm trying to release in my life. And so that's a lot. Taking accountability for that after you maybe been blaming on somebody else, and you realizing, oh, these are the ways that I've been perpetuating that. Sometimes it takes a lot. And that's why you have to have that self-love, and you have to recognize that no matter what you're doing, you have to be there for yourself, because you can't expect anybody else to be there for yourself. And that's when you go into your things that you've done on your healing journey. That's when you do the journal prompts, the affirmations, the mirror work, so that you know that no matter what you're going through, you can remind yourself of you are worthy of it regardless, even if you are the one perpetuating the cycle. The first step is being accountable and acknowledging what's happening. And once you acknowledge that, then you can take the next steps to heal that. And that is what makes you worthy. The fact that you are even on this journey and choosing to be better, because there are so many people who are choosing to ignore these parts of themselves. They know that there are parts of themselves that they want to fix, that they want to heal, that they know is affecting them in their everyday life and the different relationships that they have with themselves. And instead of going within and realizing and trying to figure out why they do what they do, they decide to ignore it and then perpetuate these cycles onto other people. The reason that you are worthy of everything that you desire, even though you might not feel like you're fully healed and you're still working through things, is because you have decided that you are going to change, that you are going to make a difference, that you are going to do the hard work, that you are going to break down and really come and see yourself face to face, and come face to face with the things that have been affecting you all your life, and choose and do everything on a daily basis, and choose to continue on this path no matter how hard it is. And that is exactly what makes you worthy. And it has taken me a good 2 years, because I would say that I'm on my third year of really choosing to heal and choosing to be on this journey no matter what, and being and understanding and believing in myself. And it's been 3 years. And I will say I'm now finally getting to a place where I love myself to the point where even if I recognize that I'm doing something or I'm at fault, I don't blame or judge myself. I sit down with myself and I see, okay, this is how I'm doing it. This is how I'm perpetuating the cycle. How can we fix it now that I'm aware? Okay? How can I do better now that I know what's going on? What kind of affirmations do I now need to tell myself so that I know that no longer aligns with me? Okay, what journal prompts do I need to do? What shadow work do I need to do? What conversations do I need to have with myself in order for me to get to the bottom of this, to see where this particular thing stemmed from, and then how I can work through that? What therapist or sound healings or whatever you do to cope, because all of this is really about coping in this world, because we all some habits that we build that we feel like are unhealthy, that we want to heal from, are all things that we've done to cope with different things that wasn't necessarily our fault that we had to go through. This world is hard and all of us are just trying to find ways to cope. So just because you might have found an unhealthy way to cope at the moment, at the time that you are, it taught you something about yourself, and you have to be grateful for that. You have to be grateful for the unhealthy habits that you decided or that you naturally decided to take on, because it taught you something about yourself. And now that you are aware that it's unhealthy and you no longer want to perpetuate that cycle in your life, then you are now accountable for yourself. You are the creator of your life. You decide what you can do in other healthy ways that are healthy for you, that work for you, that work for your schedule, that can help you cope with the things that other unhealthy thing was helping you with before. Okay, so even when you think about something like smokers, right? People who smoke cigarettes and things like that, we know that that's an unhealthy habit, but it's also a coping mechanism because it gives them some sort of instant gratification, or that's what it is. Okay, so when you think about something like that, somebody can feel like, oh, I don't want to be a smoker and I want to do whatever thing that non-smokers do, right? And I want to quit. I can't think of it, okay? But we're just using this as an example. That person may be feeling like, dang, well, since I haven't stopped smoking, am I worthy of this thing that I want to do that I feel like only usually people who don't smoke do? Or I still am on this journey, or I'm still trying to stop my addiction. So does that mean that I'm not worthy of that thing? No, that doesn't. Well, with this video, I want you guys to understand that it doesn't mean you aren't worthy of the thing just because you're healing from it. Now that you are aware that you're doing something, like going back to our example with the smoking, now that you are aware that you want to do this thing, but smoking, I would say, pushes you away from the goal that you're trying to go towards, that you feel like you're not worthy of because you smoke. Now you're aware, so now you can start doing different things to help you slowly cut it off, whether that's cutting cold turkey, whether that's trying the patches, whether that's trying the gum, okay, whether that is doing things and trying to figure out why is the reason that I crave smoking, what is it helping me cope with, and then getting to the bottom of that, and you're still on this healing journey, and then you are still worthy of the thing. Okay, so yeah, like I really was called to film a video today, and I was looking at my topics, and I really wanted to talk about like being on the healing journey and feeling worthy, because an example of just me and my instructing journey, as I'm in, even on my self-love journey, I would like to call myself a self-love guide, because but at the same time I'm on this journey. But I have had moments or before that I felt nervous and I felt scared to say that I was a self-love guide, because I'm still on this self-love journey of myself. So how can I say that I'm guiding, or how am I worthy of people to come to me for help on their self-love journey and being able to guide them when me myself is on this self-love journey? So when I first decided that I wanted to be a guide in self-love, that was something that I had to deal with And I don't know why I didn't use this example before, then I decided to use the smoker example because this is an example that resonated with me. But anyways, I was really like, I was so like, wow, how am I worthy of leading these ladies and doing what I really feel called to do if me, myself, am healing still? I'm healing myself. So how can I be a guide for somebody who's healing? And how am I worthy to be there for them when I'm still healing on my journey myself? And I think that we have to recognize that we are all in different parts of our journey. What I was talking about on my last video of just like, we have to understand that when we feel called to do something, we have to just start so that we can learn and we might not be ready and we might not know that we are ready, but we just have to start it even if we're not feeling ready. And another thing that I just want to say is just that you never know who needs you. And you just have to trust in yourself that you are worthy, because people are going to see your worth sometimes before you do. But you have to make sure that you do not even talk yourself out of it because you're not feeling worthy. Because I know that I'm worthy of being a leader on this journey and helping people and guiding them to the place that they want to be, because I've done it myself, because I've been on this healing journey, and because I am on this healing journey, that gives me the credentials to be worthy enough to guide other people. Because how can I be worthy to guide other people if I don't even know how it is to be in their shoes? If I've never gone through that healing journey, if I'm not healing on my journey myself, how can I be a guide for somebody if I didn't also go through it? Does that make sense? So that's how I look at it now. Like, I feel like it makes me an even better guide because I'm still healing from it, because I can resonate with them, because I can make them feel like they are not alone, because we're all here together. And like I said in the beginning, to just pull this video back full circle, is that your healing journey is a continuous journey that you choose to be on. I do not believe that healing ever stops. I do not believe in someone being fully healed. And I want you to take this the way it resonates and take this with a grain of salt. Not like you can never be fully healed, because we can be like healed from things, but it has to be a choice, because just as easily as you can heal yourself, you can easily perpetuate yourself right back into that cycle. So it's a choice of you that you have to make every day to continue to be on this healing journey. I'm not saying that you have to do everything all the time, because when you're on this healing journey, and for example, you're saying these affirmations that I am worthy of my desires, I deserve this, I deserve that, you're continuously doing these practices that are healing practices. Eventually, as you're doing it, it's going to become second nature. You're going to naturally say this. Now, when I feel like my nervous system is not feeling safe, and I feel like, dang, I'm starting to feel like I'm not worthy of these things, my body naturally, my mind naturally starts to repeat those affirmations that I was doing. Whereas before, when I first was starting this healing journey and I wanted to feel worthy within myself, those affirmations didn't feel natural. It felt weird to say. I didn't fully believe it. But now that I've been on this healing journey, once those thoughts still come up of me feeling like I'm not worthy, my body naturally is like, no, Essence, what do you mean you're not worthy? You're worthy of everything. Remember when you told yourself this, and that? And then my brain starts to give me examples of when I proved myself of those affirmations. Of course you're worthy of this, because remember when you got this opportunity that aligns with that? So that's what the healing journey is all about. It's all full circle. So I want you to always remember that even if you are healing and you are still having to deal with different things, that's normal. That's all of us. That does not take away from what you desire and what you feel worthy of, because everyone who is on this journey themselves is still healing and dealing with something, whether it's something new or whether it's something from the past that they still have to make sure that they are choosing to make sure that they're they're not perpetuating the cycle and going back into their past selves. We continuously have to do that on a daily basis. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, okay? If you have any other topics that you would want me to talk about, please leave them in the comments so that I can add them to my list of things that we chatting about. This is my intuitive yapping episode, so I really just kind of get the topics, write down my main things, like main topics that I want to point out when I'm talking about this and my main little points, and then I kind of just let it flow, guys. So if I be repeating myself or it takes me a moment to get to my point, it's because I'm really just allowing myself to flow, because I really want these videos to be as authentic as possible so you guys can get to know me personally and things like that. But make sure you definitely subscribe to this channel if you like videos like this. I definitely want to post more talking videos, because I love these sit down talking videos, and these videos are definitely, I would say, videos that you can listen to. You don't necessarily have to watch and sit down. I personally love videos like this because I like to listen to them when I'm driving, when I'm in the shower, when I'm getting ready, when I don't have to necessarily look at something specifically. So I think that's why I wanted to create videos like this. So thank you for coming to episode 2 of Intuitive Yapping. My name is Essence. I'm a movement instructor. I will link all my things below. So if you want to book a private with me, come to my next class, come to my next events that I am hosting. I do have an event that is going to be on the 13th of February. It is a sound bowls and pose event. So we are just mixing healing and movement all together in one. If that sounds like something that you would love to do and you are based in Atlanta, then definitely check it out. I will have it's all linked in the description below, as well as my different digital products, as I'm going to be getting out some more digital products specifically for some self-love products for you to be able to use on your journey and to help you, some affirmation guides and all of that. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I'm so excited for that. So yes, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you, and I can't wait to bloom together.